Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield. This is Montana State Bobcat Basketball, brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
We are live from Ogden, Utah. It's Montana State and Weber State today to wrap up this two-game portion of the road trip before the Cats head home for their matchup on Monday against Eastern Washington. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you today, live from the Dee Events Center, one of the crown jewels across the Big Sky basketball arena landscape. And today, Montana State comes in at 6-12. They are 1-4 in Big Sky play, losing another close ball game on Thursday night at Idaho State. And today they take on Weber State, which comes in at 7-11. They are 1-3 in Big Sky play. They've already had their one-game week last week, so they are one game short of Montana State in the standings right now in terms of games played. But we've got two of the powerhouses here in the Big Sky that are a little bit down right now for Weber State. They are in the post-Dylan Jones era now. Dylan Jones, the reigning MVP of the Big Sky from a year ago, first-round draft pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's had some time in the NBA and has also spent some time and is currently down with the G League right now. But kind of a new era at Weber State under third-year head coach Eric Duft. And they have had some tight games and just haven't really gotten it over the hill, kind of similar to Montana State. So going to be an interesting one today. Is this a game? Is this an opportunity for one of these two teams to kind of get going a little bit? We thought maybe that NAU game was a turning point for the Bobcats, but then they fell behind by 14 in the second half against Idaho State on Thursday. They battled all the way back. They took a late lead in that ball game, and then they did not hit a field goal for the final 3+ minutes of that contest. Idaho State hit their shots down the stretch, and that was enough to send the Bobcats to a 3-point loss. And I mean, look, this is a situation this year where it's hard to overstate how close the Bobcats have been this season. So 8 of their 12 losses have been decided by 5 or fewer points this season. Now, obviously, we've talked about the blowouts against TCU and USC, a blowout at Wichita State, but even the Northwestern and Wisconsin games, those were very, very close. They were both single-digit games at the end of it. So 8 of the 12 losses have been decided by 5 points. 6 of the 12 losses have been decided by 1 possession, so 3 or fewer points. And the Cats are right there. And again, just to really drive the point home, for Montana State, in the 4 Big Sky losses, they have lost by a combined 14 points. They had the 2 5-point losses at Idaho and Eastern Washington. They had the 1-point loss against Northern Colorado, and then they had a 3-point loss on Thursday. So, again, Montana State is right there, and you wonder what needs to change for the Cats, and it sounds like we do have a bit of an answer to that. It does sound like there will be a change at the starting lineup, or in the starting lineups for Montana State today for the first time this year. We will hear from head coach Matt Loki about that a little bit later, but yeah, it does sound like there will be a change in the starting lineup today for the first time for Montana State. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll get some more word on that from Coach Logie in a little bit. But, yeah, we'll see if maybe just that one little tweak. This team is not far away, and if the Bobcats can find a small tweak here or there, it does feel like everything could start rolling at a moment's notice. And maybe that moment is tonight at one of the longtime rivals for Montana State. This Weber State team has been at times the dean of the league. They were dominant in the 70s and early 80s, had some great stretches in the 90s and the 2010s. They have not made the NCAA tournament since 2016. So, they are a little bit due, if you ask Wildcats fans. And one of the reasons they haven't made the NCAA tournament over the last couple of years is Montana State's been knocking them out. Bobcats knocked out Weber State in the Big Sky tournament each of the last 3 years on their way to those 3 consecutive Big Sky Tournament Championship. So a little bit of an edge, and for Montana State, despite the fact that they won the last 2 games last year out of the 3 meetings because they met in the tournament, Cats have still really struggled to win here. Montana State, in a series that dates back to 1964, has only won 10 games here at the Dee Events Center. So they have only won 10 of the 66 meetings in Ogden between these 2 programs. So for Montana State, this is a place where Cats have not played well, and maybe they have an opportunity here today to turn the tide there, turn the tide the season, and turn the page a bit in the starting lineup. So a lot on the line and a lot of opportunity here for Montana State. It's still relatively early, but we're going to start heading to that second quarter of the season soon, and you want to get this thing rolling. There are 54 days to Boise. You don't want to have to go figure things out over there. You want to figure it out right here, right now, especially while you're in the midst of 3 games in 5 days. And then, of course, the rival awaits with the Cats making the trip over to Missoula a week from today. All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back, we'll take a look at the Kendall Ford keys to the game. We'll get to our Mountain Hot Tub opposing team profile, and we'll get you caught up to date on some of the other scores from around the Big Sky and the country, as well as what happened in Bozeman today. Boy, things are humming for the Bobcat women's basketball team. We're talking about all of that and more after this timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Back of the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Weber State today. We're at the Dee Events Center as we get ready to go for Montana State and Weber State, Bobcats and the Wildcats, 2 of the charter members of the Big Sky Conference. All right, let's break down this Weber State team and see why they're going to be in hot water today, brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. All right, this is a Weber State team that comes in averaging 75 points a game. They've allowed 71 points per game. They're coming off a tight 4-point loss at home here against Montana on Thursday in front of 3,300. Their team finding themselves after the graduation and draft of Dylan Jones off to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they've kind of tried to figure out who is going to be the guy in a lot of ways. Right now, the last 6 games, they have had 6 different leading scorers. So the buck has been kind of passed around a bunch. Blaze Threet, the 5th-year senior who transferred over from Colorado Mesa, D2 school before last year. He's their leading scorer, but he missed the last game against Montana on Thursday with an illness. So we'll see if he's going to be in there and running around today. It does look like he is potentially out there. So we'll see if Blaze Threet gets out there. Then Dyson Kohler is the reigning Big Sky Player of the Week. He had a fine performance this past weekend against Idaho State last Saturday, their lone win. The Big Sky Play knocked down 6 3-pointers in that contest, including hitting 5 of his first 5 that evening in Pocatello. That's, again, their only win in their rivalry game on the road at Idaho State. And then they've got some serious size in the front court. Alex Chu is a name you're going to remember, fourth-year senior out of England. He's 6'11", has been in and out of the starting lineup this year. A new member of the roster, guys at 6'11", also. He's also a fourth-year senior, is Vasilija Vucinic. He's a transfer from Portland, where he played 88 games, averaged about 4 points, 3 rebounds or so. But now he's moved into the starting lineup for them in mid-December and has stayed there, averaging 9 points, 5 rebounds per game. And then finally, Nigel Burris is the other guy who gets a lot of playing time in the front court, 6'7", 225. You're going to recognize that name because he was the Big Sky Freshman of the Year when he played at Idaho 2 years ago, and then he transferred and played at Utah State last season, teammates with Max Ogbong-Polo, and now he is back in the Big Sky and playing here with Weber State. He has come off the bench the last 2 games, averaging 8 points and 5 rebounds per contest. So they've got some good guard scores. They've got some height in the front court. We'll see if Montana State can solve things today as we get into our Kendall Ford keys to the game for this evening. And certainly one of the keys for Montana State is going to be their toughness, something that Coach Logie and the staff has really harped to try to kind of up the toughness of this team. We're going to talk with Coach Logie about that and what he wants to see and how he defines the toughness that he wants to see from this Montana State roster. So that's going to be one. And then the other part is just make some shots. Montana State was 4 of 10 on layups in that Idaho State game. There were a lot of opportunities to score some buckets around the rim that Montana State did not take advantage of on Thursday night. So when you get a look, you got to finish them. So taking advantage of your opportunities and just straight up make some shots. And that would certainly be one of the Kendall Ford keys to the game today. Finally, our Wheat Montana weather report today. It was a bluebird day after a little bit of snow last night out here in Ogden. It's currently 22 degrees out there, but really not too bad. It was like an inch or 2 of snow last night, maybe less, honestly. So, for Montana State, or for Ogden, it was a pretty nice day today despite some of the cold weather here in Utah. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on some other scores as we get set for the Bobcats and the Wildcats, 2 of the charter members of the Big Sky Conference, duking it out today in a pivotal mid-January matchup. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Grotto Meats, handcrafted charcuterie, fine butchery, and award-winning smoked meats, sustainably sourced in Montana, creating delicious new takes on classic favorites with local ingredients and a chef's ingenuity. Grotto Meats preserves the best of Montana in every bite. Visit the Grotto Meats retail shop located at 611 North Wallace in Bozeman. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also at local retailers and restaurants. Shop online at grottomeats.com, Instagram, and Facebook.
Open your new Stockman Bank account anytime, anywhere with online account opening. Now, you can open an account in minutes on your laptop, tablet, or mobile phone. It's convenient, simple, and secure. Open your new account today at stockmanbank.com. Then, add our online and mobile banking services so you can manage your money when, where, and how you want. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking. Member FDIC.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Back on the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Weber State today from the Dee Events Center in Ogden, Utah. All right, before we get to our conversation with head coach Matt Logie, which he'll discuss what the new starting lineup will be today for Montana State, let's take a look at the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. Everything else in the Big Sky, full slate of action is underway. Montana State will host Eastern Washington on Monday night. Right now, Eastern is at Idaho, and they are trailing 70-66. That game has 4 minutes to go in the second half. Both those teams tied in the standings with 2 wins and 2 losses. And what a massive opportunity it'll be on Monday for Montana State to try to avenge that early season loss in Cheney. It'll be their first revenge opportunity. It'll be a good chance to see how much Montana State has grown as they get into that game on Monday. Montana is at Idaho State. That game right now is at the half. Montana leading Idaho State 40-36. Portland State, they've been playing well. Right now they've got a 1-point lead on the road at Northern Arizona at halftime. Portland State leading 33-32 against the Lumberjacks. Portland State had a real tight loss at Northern Colorado on Thursday. And then coming up at the end of the first half in Greeley, Colorado, Northern Colorado up just 5 against Sac State. Northern Colorado, the last undefeated team in the Big Sky. They lead 41-36. On the national stage today, they've got overtime between number 21 Ole Miss and number 15 Mississippi State. Mississippi State leading that one 84-79, so they're going to win that. Number 3 Duke at the end of the first half up 33-29 at Boston College. Number 11 Texas A&M leading LSU early in the first half. And there was an upset today. Tennessee, number 6 in the nation, they lose by 1 at Vanderbilt, 76-75. That's one of the other more notable scores around the country at the top level. Also, USC lost to Wisconsin, 84-69 in L.A. At the Brick for the women, what a show that they put on today. 75-51, the Montana State women get the victory at home against Weber, so they go to 6-0 with the victory today. They outscored Weber 22-9 in the first quarter. They let Weber come back. It was a tight game, a single-digit game at the end of the first half, and then they just dominated. They outscored Weber State in the second half 42-25. They forced 32 turnovers in this game. Natalie Picton was a star again, 12 points in this contest to lead the team, coming off the bench. Dykstra had 11. Morales had 11. So Montana State just dominated. Dominated the last 2 games at home. And Morales, I think she ended up scoring a combined 20 points the last 2 games. So it wasn't like she was going crazy off. And what a showing for Montana State in that victory at home earlier today. They are on the road at Eastern Washington on Monday night at 7 o'clock in In the NFL, the Chiefs win again. They beat the Texans 23-14. and the Lions hosting the Commanders in the NFC divisional round right now. The Lions leading 7-3. Nearing the end of the first quarter, and then it's Rams, Eagles, and Ravens, Bills tomorrow at 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. for the other divisional round games. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll sit down with head coach Matt Logie, and he'll tell you about the change he's making in the starting lineup, the first change to the starting lineup all season long. We'll hear about that and more in just a bit. It's the Bobcats and the Wildcats, Montana State and Weber State, getting ready to go tonight. Back after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Back on the pregame show, we're getting set for Montana State and Weber State today. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. All right, Coach, coming off this Idaho State game as you get ready for this Weber State game, what do you want to change and what are you looking at here in the starting lineup and the rotation?
Well, I think there's some things we're learning about our group that, we feel we can tweak a little bit to maximize abilities and minimize, either deficiencies or areas of threat. And, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So, we're gonna go with a little different lineup today with Bryce at the point. Let Bryce and Jed, do the primary ball handling. Let Jay play a little bit more off the ball. And then bring Sam in there at the power forward spot to continue to bring the energy and toughness that he's been giving us. And so we feel like this is an appropriate change and an opportunity for us to maybe maximize, what we feel is a talented team that just hasn't quite turned the corner yet.
You mentioned the toughness. What can your team do to prove their toughness to you going forward into this game?
You got to make toughness plays. You got to get loose balls. You got to fight on the glass. You can't give up easy points. You got to be mentally tough and disciplined to not have mental errors that result in the same consequence. And that's unfortunately one of our growing pains. And you can talk about it all you want as a coach. You can point it out. But really, as we've told the guys, it's up to them to step up. We have 6 seniors. They have 54 days left until the Big Sky Championship game. And, ultimately, they're the ones that have to go out and make the plays. And there's plays to be made.
All right, let's take a look at this Weber State team. They're coming off a tight loss against Montana. Taking a look at some of their guys. Blaze Threet missed the last game against Montana, but if he's in there today, very quality scorer. What's Threet bringing to the floor?
Well, Threet's a very physical point guard. Somebody that gets to the rim. He really finishes through guards, when he gets to the paint. So you've got to have your chest on him early. You've got to try to keep him away from the rim. And then, obviously they have good shooting around him, and so that minimizes the amount of gap support and ways that you can shrink the floor.
in the front court for them. They've got a couple of foreign big guys, Vucinic and Chu. What's the plan of attack, and what do you guys have to do to be successful inside against those two Twin Towers?
Well, I think the first thing is keeping the ball out of there, not allowing them easy post position, and force them to lob it over the top where we have help support, and then just being physical on the glass and gang rebounding, coming in from the perimeter once we make contact, and really clean up the glass.
Miguel Tomley, the transfer from Idaho State, knocking down a lot of shots for them. What's Tomley doing well for Weber State?
Well, Tomley's just an experienced guy that is, just a scorer, really. He's wired to score and can really shoot the basketball. He can get his shot off. He's got a very green light and aggressive mentality, and so you've got to be, you got to be on point at all times.
And finally, the reigning Big Sky Player of the Week, Dyson Kohler, had a great shooting performance against Idaho State last Saturday. What do you guys have to do against Kohler today?
Yeah, Kohler's a guy that's really impressive. He obviously, his shooting is obviously apparent to everybody. He can really rip the ball through the net. But the thing that he does, at a really high rate is just make winning plays. He's a good defender. He gets on the offensive glass. He understands situational basketball, and he's an impressive player and somebody you got to stay close to. If you can limit his catch and shoot opportunities, then you got a good opportunity to limit his effectiveness.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time and the insight. Good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be ready to go between Montana State and Weber State. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle, and a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
I was diagnosed in 2010 with bipolar 1 disorder. It took me a while, but I had to surrender to that fact.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, we recognize mental health as the foundation of well-being. This is why we partner with advocates like Jason DeShaw and others who spread mental health awareness across the state and beyond.
I've learned that I cannot do this alone, that I have to reach outside of myself for help.
Learn more about Jason's story at BigBlueSkyInitiativeMT.com.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One-hand slam. That was a ham. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it up for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Is a change in the starting lineup, the spark to get the fire going for Montana State as we head into the thick of it here in the month of January. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. A pleasure to be with you on this Saturday evening. It's the Montana State University Bobcats at 6-12. They are 1-4 in Big Sky play, and today they take on one of the traditional powers in the Big Sky that is also a little down to start the year, the Weber State Wildcats. They come in at 7-11. They are 1-3 in Big Sky play. We'll break down the starting lineups and more here in just a sec, but first we pause for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you today as we get set for Montana State and Weber State. Bobcats looking for just their 11th win ever at Dee Events Center. All right, let's take a look at this new look starting lineup for Montana State. Today is game number 19. Montana State has had the same lineup for each of their 18 games this season. But today, it'll be Bryce Zephyr starting at the point guard position. Jay Mullins is going to come off the bench and play a little more of the two guard today. Tyler Patterson starts at the 2. Max Ogbong-Polo is at the 3, so he's been playing the 4, that power forward spot throughout the year. They're going to move him off to the 3 now, and then Sam Lecolot will start at the 4, and Brandon Walker will start at the 5 position. So for Montana State, a little tweak there. Pat McMahon, Jay Mullins coming off the bench. Jed Miller will be the secondary ball handler behind Bryce Zephyr. So it's going to be Zephyr and Miller as the true point guards for the Bobcats today. On the other side for Weber State, Blaze Threet not in the starting lineup. He missed the game on Thursday with an illness. So in his place is true freshman Sadiq Moore out of Pasadena, California. Outside of that, their big men in the front court is Vasilia Vucinic from Montenegro and Alex Chu from England. Miguel Tomley, a dynamite three-point shooter, transferred from Idaho State, and Dyson Kohler, the reigning Big Sky Player of the Week. Bobcats on the road, navy blues with the gold numbering on the front and the back, the white and gold trim down the side of the shorts. For Weber State in the home whites with the purple trim coming down the rib cage and the side of the shorts in their Adidas outfits. Weber written across the chest, then the numbers, then the state on the bottom with their names on the back of the jersey as well. The ball is tossed in the air. The tip is won by the Montana State Bobcats. And here we go from Ogden, Utah. Massive, massive game here for Montana State. Game number 2 of 3 over a course of 5 days. They got Eastern Washington at home on Monday. Zephyr, in his first start with the Bobcats, throws to Lecolot, then down to the left baseline for Brandon Walker. He's been very consistent offensively lately. He's backing down, steps into the lane, kicks it out. Lecolot, he's open. Drills the 3. Sam Lecolot, in his first start of the year, knocks down his first shot of the night on the first possession of the game. Montana State leads 3-0 with 19 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. The true freshman, Sadiq Moore, hands it off over on the left wing for Vucinic. Down into Kohler, down to Alex Chu on the left baseline, who's had some big games against the Bobcats in his career. Backing down on Lecolot, little help defense. Drops the pass off down to the right block. Vucinic, tough angle layup, and he got it to go. He was pretty darn deep, and Vucinic found a way to get that thing up. And now Max Ogbong-Polo draws a foul on Vucinic. Went right at him. Good job to draw that foul. Shot went in, by the way, but they called the foul on the floor. 18:58 to go in the first half. Montana State leads 3-0 on a Lecolot 3. All three-point field goals sponsored by Wendy's. Zephyr inbounds to Ogden out of the right wing. Gives it up to Brandon Walker at the top. He hands it off for Zephyr coming off the screen. Throws back to the left side for Lekalot. Down to the left baseline with a bounce pass for Walker. Faces up. Now backs in. Working on Vucinic into the paint. Turns, hook, up and in. That was smooth from Brandon Walker. The net barely flinched as that one slithered through. Cats up 5-0. 18:30 to go, first half. Sadiq Moore, the freshman for Pasadena, throws over to the right corner for Kohler. Takes it to the top. Now to Tomley. Round to Moore. Back to Tomley. 10 to shoot. Tomley right around the screen. Gets to the elbow. Had his pocket picked. Recovered by Kohler. 5 to shoot. Step back top side 2. Back iron no. Rebound tipped out. And Patterson wins it on a hop. Bobcats moving from left to right. Zephyr ahead of steam into the paint. Behind the back dribble. Up with a righty layup. No. Walker the board. One dribble. Back up. Good. Bryce Zephyr pushing the tempo. Brandon Walker cleaning up the loose change. And the Bobcats off to a 7-2 lead with 17:50 to go first half. Alex Chu at the top. Hands it off for Tomley. Now to Moore. They screen and move around the top. Moore surveys. Gives to Vucinic, way out high on the left baseline. Now trying to back Brandon Walker down to the left block. Walker reaches around. Vucinic had it knocked free. He recovers with 5 to shoot. Throws it up top. Bad pass, and it's out of bounds. Well, the Bobcats get a stop. Good energy, good rhythm, good flow to start the ball game. Montana State looking for just their second road win of the year. They're 1-10 on the road. Lone victory coming at Omaha, which turned out to be a pretty darn good win. Omaha has had a great start in the Summit League. It's been them and St. Thomas out of Minnesota. Max Ogbonkpolo stepped on the left sideline as he began his drive, and the Bobcats turned the ball over. 17 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the first half. Weber into the front court. Toss into the right corner. Moore, handoff for Chu. Toss to the left wing. Here's Tomley for 3. That's no good off the inside of the iron, but recovered by Kohler. Down to Burris. Turns, hooks, got it. Nigel Burris hooks it home. Former Big Sky Freshman of the Year 2 years ago. Montana State leading 7-4, 16:45 to go first half. Brandon Walker out of the left wing. Crosses into the paint. Back to the basket on the left block against Chu. Throws it out to Lekalot. And then a miscommunication between Lekalot and Walker. And the Bobcats throw it across the baseline. It's a turnover. Weber moving from right to left. 16:30 to go first half. Bobcats leading 7-4. Tomley out of the right wing. Bounce down to the mid-post right side. Chu working on Walker. Gets in deep. Knocked out of bounds. And it'll stay with Weber State. Good job by Brandon Walker getting his hand in there, knocking it free. So still 14 seconds on the shot clock as Weber inbounds into the right corner. Chu hands it off. Moore tries to turn the corner. Has to back it out on the right wing. 7 to shoot. Moore into the lane. And he draws the foul. Foul on the floor. Got a little tripped up there. Let's see if it was Lekalot. Yeah, it was Lekalot. You actually got to kind of be careful with Lekalot and Ogbonkpolo, since Ogbonkpolo is number 7 and Lekalot is 25. Sometimes officials hold up a 2 and a 5, and it can mean 7 or it can mean 25. Weber with the ball to our left. They trail 7-4, 16 minutes to go, first half. Chu into the post, makes the catch, goes up with a two-hand flush. Brandon Walker sold out, trying to knock it free. It's a 1-point lead for Montana State. Zephyr on the drive, blocked out of bounds from behind by Moore, and that will take us to a timeout. We'll step aside. Montana State knocked down their first couple of shots, and now Weber landing a blow or two. We've got a 1-point game. 15 minutes, 49 seconds to go first half. Montana State leading Weber 7-6. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Flex Premium Athleisure is softness, that plays hard. From the couch, to the gym, to the office, and beyond, Flex gives you premium comfort and style that keeps up with anything without costing everything. Now, take an extra 15% off Flex at Kohl's. Whether you're chasing the ball or chasing the kids, life's a workout. Flex with it. Exclusively at Kohl's. 15% off valid through January 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 15 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the first half. The Bobcats lead it 7-6 over Weber State. Serving all your garage door needs, StoreTech is raising the door on quality. Big game for Montana State. This has brewed into one of the stronger rivalries across the Big Sky. Bobcats have knocked out the Wildcats in the Big Sky tournament in each of their last 3 seasons. On their way to the NCAA tournament, the Bobcats have never had the upper hand here in Ogden. All time they are 10-56 in this building. Well, in Ogden. Rivalry predates this building, which was built in the 70s. Bobcats inbound. Patterson makes the catch on the left baseline, throws it back out to the left wing as the Cats work offensively. Walker gives to Ogbong Polo, turns the corner to the right wing. Bounce over to Brandon Walker, mid-post right side, now 10 to shoot. Walker backing it down on Burris. Pump fake, up with the right hand off the glass. No. Squirted out. Weber State the rebound. Long pass ahead, Shoes underneath, and he draws the foul as Patterson gave him a little shove while he was in the air. Missed the layup. First foul on Patterson, and Alex Chu will go to the line. Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/Champs Kids Club. Free throw by Chu. That's good. Englishman, one of 9 international players on this roster from 6 different countries. They have 3 from Canada, 2 from Serbia, 1 from England, as we mentioned, Finland, Montenegro, and Japan. Next shot's no good. Long rebound hauled in by Tyler Patterson. 15:20 to go, first half. 7-7 after that last free throw by Chu. B.J. Cawley into the game early. He throws it over to Ogbong Polo. Over to Zephyr in the left corner. Down to Cawley on the left baseline. Just the 3rd game in Big Sky play for B.J. Along now with Brian Garacki, who came in at the last whistle. Garacki backing it down to the left block. Kick out to the right wing for Patterson. He tries the jumper. That's no good. Fight for the rebound and a jump ball. It was Brian Garacki and Vartianen who got tight for that loose ball. And it will go to Weber State. Jabe Mullins checks in now for his former high school teammate Tyler Patterson. So Mullins now going to play a little bit more of that 2-guard position, that shooting guard spot. So off ball. And let Bryce Zephyr and Jed Miller handle more of the point guard duties moving forward. Weber State with the basketball to our left. Martianen, he's from Finland. Hands it off over on the right sideline. Hennig gives it to Burris around the perimeter. Hennig into the lane. Takes it to the mid-post. Puts up the jumper, and it's good. 4 points for Nigel Burris. Played for Danny Sprinkle at Utah State last year. 14:30 to go, first half. Montana State facing their first deficit, down 9-7. Zephyr throws it out to Mullins. Extra pass, Ogbong Polo. He's open. The 3, got it. Boy, that was a lot of ball movement. That was Bryce Zephyr from underneath the basket to Mullins on the right wing to Ogbong Polo on the left wing. And Max Ogbong Polo knocking it down to put the Cats back up by 1. And then a foul out high as Bryce Zephyr got a little handsy. Jed Miller will come in. 14 minutes, 11 seconds to go, first half. Bobcats leading 10-9. For Weber State, they're just 1-5 in their last 6 games, 1-3 in Big Sky play. Their lone win, a tight victory in which they were mostly in control down the stretch at Idaho State last Saturday, a rivalry game. Martianen takes it over to the right wing, working on Miller. Now to the left wing, trying to direct traffic, 8 to shoot. Martianen goes up to the top. Hennig takes an NBA 3. That's no good. And the rebound won by Montana State. Good defensive set that time. Ogbongbolo out to the right wing. Takes it down to the right baseline and drives, kicks out to the left corner, then to Miller. His left wing 3 ball. Book it. It's raining threes early. The Bobcats 3 for 3 from downtown by 3 different players. Miller, Blekala, Ogbongbolo pouring it home. 3 guys who've been put in different positions coming into this game today. All 3-point field goals sponsored by Wendy's. And now we've got a whistle and a travel. Vucinic got tied up by B.J. Cawley, playing some quality defense up on the perimeter. So Cawley getting some early minutes today. Just his 3rd game in Big Sky play. He had only played 7 total minutes through the first 2.5 weeks of the conference season. 13 minutes, 20 seconds to go. First half, Bobcats leading by 4 with the ball. And an illegal screen. B.J. Cawley moving a little bit on that. Logie gets an explanation from the official. Seems cordial. Took the feedback well. Sometimes coaches take it well, sometimes they don't. Weber State with the basketball to our left. Just over 13 minutes to go in the first half. Kohler on the drive down the left baseline. Lost it on the way up, and a foul. Miller rather. Jed Miller picks up the foul. Oh, yeah. Couldn't see it. We got a little screened initially, but just saw the replay. Totally whacked him on the arm. That puts Kohler at the line, rating Big Sky Player of the Week. His 4th year here at Weber, 5th year overall as a collegiate baller. First free throw is good. Started his career at Cal Poly. Went 5 for 5 to start the game on Saturday at Idaho State. Scored in double figures each of the last 10, or each of the last 4 rather. Next free throw is no good. Bobcats with the ball. They lead by 3. 13 minutes to go first half. Karaki left open for 3. That one's a little bit short. Rebound tipped high in the air and won by Vartiainen. He takes it up the floor to the top of the key. Played a lot as a true freshman last year. Vartiainen throws up to Vucinic. Back to Vartiainen. He gets free off the screen, and the 3 is short. Bobcats get the rebound. Here comes Jed Miller. Comes left around the screen. Throws back to the right wing. Ogbongbolo is open. Missed the 3 a bit strong. Mullins wins the rebound. The Bobcats reset the shot clock to 20. Here's Garacki in the left corner. Draws a bump, no call. Keeps his balance, works the left baseline, and now draws the foul on Nigel Burris, his first. They kind of let that first one go. It didn't really affect Garacki too much. Now Pat McMahon will come into the ball game and replace Ogbongbolo. So we're seeing a little bit of a different rotation and how they're substituting guys. Pat McMahon is a phenomenal player, just hasn't quite come through, particularly the last 2 games, just 5 total points last 2 contests. Garacki puts up a 3, but they call a foul away from the ball. An illegal screen to get him free. And B.J. Cawley quickly picks up his 2nd. That gets Brandon Walker back into the game. This game is brought to you by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. Just over 12 minutes to go in the first half. Bobcats leading by 3 against Weber. Toss into the post. Burris throws out to the right wing. Here's a 3. That's no good. A little bit short. Long rebound. Tracked down to the corner with a leap over that right sideline. Still loose. Bodies diving on the floor, and Jay Mullins gets tied up. Boy, he was at the bottom of the dog pile there and was still able to get his hands on that basketball, force the tie-up. He was the first one to it. But good hustle. Montana State gets the ball back thanks to the possession arrow. 11:55 to go, first half. 13-10, Montana State leads. Pat McMahon rips it from the right wing, gets down to the right block, puts it off the glass. No, a little too strong off the window. Couldn't finish with that little push shot. Now quickly running the other way. Burris double team to the paint, kicks it out. Martianen, his three. That's good. Martianen, 34% from downtown. It's been pretty quiet the last two games, but he gets the lid off the bucket early tonight and ties it at 13. 11:30 to go first half. This game kind of feeling itself out. Garacki, a topside three. Responds. Rips the bottom of the net. The Cats have started 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. For Garacki, he hasn't hit multiple threes in a game since December 7th. Maybe today's the day he gets it rolling. Montana State up 16-13. Weber with the ball. Just over 11 minutes to go first half. Martianen running the point. They are missing their point guard, Blaze Threet, out with an illness. Now Burris a topside two. That's no good. Garacki the rebound. Bobcats can make it a 2-possession lead as we tick under 11 minutes to go first half. Here's Mullins. Probes. Throws out to Garacki. Fires to McMahon. Back to Miller. And to Walker at the top. Walker takes it down to the right block and draws a foul. Took a bump, and that's the second on Vucinic. That's a big call. So a little bit of foul trouble in the front court. B.J. Culley for the Cats with 2. Vucinic for Weber. He has 2 as well. That'll take us to a break for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 10:44 to go in the first half. Montana State leads it in a tight one. They're up 16-13 against Weber State. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. We'll be back at the Ribbon Chop House on Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. for Cat Chat. We'll talk with both head coach Matt Logie and Tricia Binford. Chat both men's and women's basketball on the show over at the Ribbon Chop House. Bobcats have the ball. They are up 16-13. 10:45 to go first half. Inbounded. Miller has it. Gives it to Garacki off a screen. Right corner three. That's no good. Rebound loose and won by Weber State. Weber from right to left. Sadiq Moore backs it out. Goes over to Vartianen. Down to Burris. Out on the left baseline against Garacki. And a travel. So Nigel Burris turns it over. He comes off the floor. Dyson Kohler back into the game. Jed Miller cruises across that center logo, running the point for Montana State. Takes it to the top of the key, gives it to Jay Mullins on the right wing. Back to Miller. Right around the screen. Over to Walker. Thought about a three. Takes it into the lane. Goes to the rack with a left hand and lays it in. Wow, he just exploded from the mid-post. Took off on 1 foot. Boy, it looked like he was on a pogo stick. What explosiveness by Brandon Walker. Bobcats with a 5-point lead. Moore. Bounce into the post. Here's Vucinic playing with 2 fouls. Goes back out to the left wing. Moore slices into the lane and traveled. Brandon Walker was there with the defense, tried to use a spin move and then wanted to kind of stop and throw it back out to the top and had some indecision and started tap dancing. Boy, this crowd, which is a decent crowd here, they are sitting on their hands. Montana State takes it into the front court. Brian Garacki throws into Bryce Zephyr down to the right corner, and he traveled, shuffled his feet before he put the ball down onto the floor. Weber State moving from right to left. Sadiq Moore working on Bryce Zephyr. A couple of California kids. Up to Kohler at the top. Throws over to the left wing, Moore. Up top, Tomley. Quick trigger three, and it's good. Miguel Tomley, his first points today. He averages 11 a game. It's 34% from the three-point line. And now Zephyr lost it. Fight for the loose ball, and he's able to win the battle on the right sideline. Cats maintain the possession with a 2-point advantage. 9 minutes remaining first half. Garacki a three ball. That one, no good. Boy, it looked great out of his hand. Had that really true backspin off his finger. Caught that inside of the iron, but just popped up. For the Bobcats today, 8 3-point field goal attempts of their 16, so 50% of their shots from the three-point line today. 8:55 to go, first half. 18-16, Montana State leads it. Weber with the basketball. Kohler up at the top, gives it to Vucinic. He's down right on the baseline. Backs it away, throws into the middle of the lane. Kohler makes a contested catch, fights for the loose ball, throws it back out to the top. Down to Moore, left corner three. That's no good. And Brandon Walker has the rebound. It was a pesky possession. Walker takes it up the floor to the right wing. He's left open, turns down the three, gives it to McMahon. Works the right baseline, one-on-one, down to the right block. Turns, puts it up, through contact and got it to go. Boy, he got clearly whacked on the forearm, and McMahon able to finish regardless. Cats up by 4. 8 1/4 to go first half. Moore throws over to the right wing for Tomley. Got a little bit of a shove from Jay Mullins. It's kind of off balance. Just with normal pressure, kind of pushed him off his spot. Mullins picks up his first foul. 7th team foul, so that'll put Miguel Tomley at the line. Tomley, an 82% free throw shooter, preseason All-American. He started his career at Santa Clara, then went to Idaho State. As the front end is no good. Rattled around. Cats get a break there. Brandon Walker clears the rebound. Montana State into the front court. Here's Jay Mullins to the elbow. Throws out to the left corner. Patterson catch and shoot three. That was short. Weber has the rebound. Tomley slows it down over on the right wing. Crosses over on Patterson, works his way down to the right block, stops, looks to get rid of it, and does up to the top of the key. Here's Kohler now. Down to the left baseline, gets in deep, lays it up. No, Pat McMahon, the rebound. And the defense. Zephyr, one-on-one against Moore, down to the right block. Brings it out, now reposts. Throws out to Walker. Steps back for a 15-footer. That's no good. Jumper off the mark. Kohler tried to take a charge, kind of flopped back, and they just left it at a no call. B.J. Colley will check back in here momentarily. Weber with the basketball. Just over 7 minutes to go first half. Into the right corner. Kohler throws it up to the top. Now here's Tomley. Moves left. Picked up by Walker. Picks up the dribble. Over to Kohler. Now into the post. Catch is made. Floater is up, and it is good. Martiainen. He's got 5. 2-point lead for Montana State. Up 20-18. 6:45 to go first half. Here's Walker. Handoff to the top for Zephyr. Zephyr dribbles left. Now crosses over to the free throw line. Kick out to Walker. Walker left to the wing to Patterson. Rips the left baseline. Gets in deep. Kicks it out. Walker. He's open. His three. Way too strong. Bricked off the window. Weber the rebound down 2. 6:20 to go first half. Tomley takes it up to the top. Throws over to Moore. Neither team's gotten in a great rhythm. Cats hit a couple of early threes. Over to Moore, right corner. Down to Chu. Down to the right block. Working on Mullins. Kicks it out to the top. Here's Kohler. His three. That's no good. The Bobcats have the rebound. Both teams getting some stops now. for Montana State after that hot start from three. They're one of their last 7 from downtown. Boy, it is silent here. Not much of an atmosphere. The Bobcats got out to that early lead. They've been able to hold on to it, but it is tight. Let's step aside. 5:55 to go first half. Montana State leading Weber State 20-18. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill up at Conoco stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon, plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for a new Fuel Forward app user through 6/30/2025. Participating locations only.
Back to First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State is leading it 20-18 against Weber State. 5:55 to go first half. Would like to take a somber moment here as we get back into the action. My friend Steve Klauke, who was the 30-year play-by-play voice of the Salt Lake Bees, the longtime voice here at Weber State, passed this summer when he was in a pedestrian and automobile accident. Really a devastating loss. And Steve Klauke, one of the great broadcasters in this league, in this market, one of the great men around this program and the conference as well. And just want to take a moment to remember our friend Steve Klauke as we have our first opportunity to work here at Weber State since his passing over the summer. Turnover by Montana State. Weber State into the front court now. Moore on the drive, floats it up good and one. Tyler Patterson picks up the foul, and then a technical on Moore, who was flexing out, celebrating just a bit over Tyler Patterson. It wasn't much, but it was enough. So a foul on Patterson, his second. It was a heck of a finish by Sadiq Moore. And then he was kind of standing over Patterson, looked down at him. And anytime you're kind of on top of a player like that, you're usually going to get called for it. Take a look at the replay here. I didn't really like the call initially anyway. Yeah, and then it wasn't a ton. It really looked worse than it was, but if you look down and kind of say anything to a player on the floor, there's a chance you're opening yourself up to a technical. It's the first free throw is no good from Tyler Patterson. I didn't just think the initial contact was a foul, as Patterson seemed to go pretty straight up. Second free throw is good. Patterson now 5 for 6 at the free throw line. Now, it wasn't really that vicious, but it was a very close one. But it's just kind of technical. Now, right now, Logie getting the explanation on the call. It seems like the official saying kind of jumped into him. And the and one complete by Sadiq Moore. Logie gets that's enough from one of the officials. 5:35 to go. We're in the first half. Montana State and Weber State tied at 21. B.J. Cawley playing with 2 fouls is up at the top of the key. Picks up the dribble, needs to get rid of it, and does to Jed Miller on the right wing. Miller fires down into the lane, and Sam Lecolot, the backdoor cut on the left baseline, an easy lay-in. Lecolot with 5 points. Sam Lecolot's first start of the year, 16th start of his career, the 120th game of his very storied career. He was a main piece of the pie last year. Hennig throws up to Moore. A couple of true freshmen going to work. Back to Hennig. Into the lane. Pivots. Kicks it out with a bounce pass to Kohler. 8 to shoot. Over to Vartianen. He works his way into the lane. Throws out to Moore. He tries a three. That's no good. Jed Miller has the rebound. Bobcats going to stop with a 2-point lead. 4:40 to go. First half. Ogbong Polo into the lane. Kick out to Miller. Then to Lekolot. He's wide open and traveled as he drove. Could have taken the three there. Wasn't anybody within a good 5 to 7 feet of him. Bobcats have taken a lot of threes. 10 of their 21 have been from beyond the arc. 4:41 to go, first half. Weber State with the ball, trailing 23-21. Sadiq Moore across the timeline. Just his second career start. Gives it to Chu, back to Moore, over to Kohler on the left wing. Facing up, still around the perimeter, working on Ogbong Polo. Now has to pick it up, throws to Burris, tip free, recovered, 7 to shoot. Weber still with it, now 5. Hennig with 4 on the drive into the lane, goes up, laid it short, and a late foul call on Bryce Zephyr, his second. Looked like there was some contact underneath. It gave him a bit of a bump. And that kind of threw him off his balance right at the end of the shot clock. So the Cats in a little foul trouble here. Zephyr, Cauley, and Patterson with 2 apiece right now. And they're going to the line for a pair. First free throw is good. Hey, Bobcat fans, your support through the Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. Hennig knocks the second free throw down, so he hits both to tie the game at 23. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. We're in the first half. Bobcats with the ball going from left to right in the road Navy Blues, looking for their second road win of the year. Miller out on the right wing, picks up the dribble. Throws to Lekolot on the right elbow, takes it down to the right block, backing in on Burris. Lob back out to Ogbong Polo, 10 to shoot. Back to Lekolot in the lane, and a whistle. Should be a blocking foul, and it is. Crowd's not going to like it, but Chu was up kind of in his personal space. They call it the cylinder. You got to give a guy a place to land. We're going to go to a break here, and easy call. First foul on Alex Chu. I called it a little tight today, but overall pretty consistent. All right, we're going to step aside from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 3 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats and Wildcats tied at 23 from Ogden, Utah. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Know what's below? Tab, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana811.org. 3 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the first half. Montana State and Weber State tied at 23 points apiece. Kind of a weird game. Neither team's gotten on any major runs so far today. Montana State's largest lead was 5. Weber State's largest lead has been 2. Alley-oop. Colley could not control it in front of the rim. Just a little bit too high on the inbounds pass from Jay Mullins. And the Cats turn it over. Weber now with the ball. Toss into the right corner. Kohler makes a tough catch. His pass now is stolen. B.J. Colley with the steal, and he hands it off for Jed Miller. Drop off to Ogbonk Polo. He works his way into the lane, going to the rack, lays it up and in with a left hand. Great take by Max Ogbonk Polo. Nice screen by B.J. Colley underneath to clear some space. Bobcats up 25-23, 3:20 to go first half. And really just not much of an atmosphere or environment here right now. It's a decent crowd, but fans are just silent. And now an offensive foul. Really makes you appreciate Bobcat Nation when you head on the road and see a crowd like this on a weekend. Second foul for Alex Chu. I mean, it's filled up fine. The display seats 11,500. But you don't get much of that ambiance from the fans here right now. Bobcats up 25-23. 3 minutes to go first half. Walker works his way into the paint. Floats it up. That's no good. And a late foul call. It was right. But, man, that was a late call. And that's Vucinic, who just picked up his second foul. Crowd getting frustrated now. It was a really easy call. He got absolutely nailed on the arm. Walker's first free throw is no good. Bobcats 1 of 3 from the free throw line today. They're only 67% in conference action. So Walker will go to work again. He's got a game-high 6 points right now, and he missed them both. Walker 6 points, 4 boards, 2 assists. Weber State with the ball, 2:55 to go first half. Bobcats up 25-23. Neither team's grabbed control yet today. Burris wanders along the perimeter, hands off on the right wing for the point guard Moore, who's guarded by Ogbonk Polo. Throws over to the left wing, Hennig, slices into the lane, going to the rack, lays it up good. That's a tough take by Trevor Hennig, the true freshman from Washington, who went to the same high school as Mullins and Patterson. He's a Mount Si high school alum. Walker in the paint, lays it up and draws the foul. Arm got caught in the cookie jar there. That's on Hennig, his first. Pat McMahon will check back in. So Walker will go back to the line. Montana State shooting 44% from the field, 4 of 10 from downtown after a hot start. First free throw is good. Walker lately been really consistent. His last 3 games, he scored between 17 and 20 points. He's had either 14 or 15 field goal attempts, and he's made either 7 or 8 of them. So he's really been putting up a very similar line the last 3 games. As this free throw is no good. A frustrating miss for Montana State with a 1-point lead, up 26-25. 2 1/4 to go first half. Burris is at the top, takes it over to the left wing. Now he works his way down into the lane. Goes up with the right hand over Walker. Rimming, no. Rebound tipped, and Jay Mullins won it. Montana State moving from left to right. Here's Miller. Shovel pass to Walker with a head of steam. Down to the right block. Goes in on Burris. Puts it up. No. A little too strong off the glass. Weber State the rebound. B.J. Colley will come back into the ball game. Over to Hennig. Throws into the middle of the lane. Martianen, off balance, running shot off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound and won by Montana State, and then a foul on Nigel Burris. So Ogbonk Polo tipped it initially, and then Burris got undercut. Kind of jumped over Jed Miller. So Nigel Burris now has 2 fouls, so really a lot of foul trouble here. Burris has 2, Chu, Vucinic, and Moore each have 2 personal fouls for Weber State. For the Bobcats, Colley, Zephyr, and Patterson have 2 apiece. Jed Miller going to the line for Montana State. 9th team foul on Weber. Both teams with 9 fouls. All right, this is a good chance to get things right at the free throw line after a 2 for 6 start for Montana State as a team. Miller exhales. delivers the front end, and it's good. 4 points for Jed Miller today, playing in his 57th career game. Knocked down a pair of threes against Idaho State. Notable, that tied his total number of threes made from his previous 6 games. So for quite a while there, he had been just 2 for his last 13. Free throw by Miller. That is good. 5 points for Jed Miller today. He's scored 11 over the last 2 games, upping his scoring a little bit. 1:35 to go first half. 28-25, Montana State leading. Sadiq Moore takes it to the top. Over to the right wing now. Slings over to Hennig. He weaves into the lane against Ogbonkpolo. Stops, jumper, up, rimming, no. Off the front iron, Jed Miller the rebound. Miller up to the left wing. Takes it to the free throw line, out to McMahon. Dribbles right, into the lane. Goes to the rack, lays it up short. Offensive board, Colley the putback, no. Weber State the rebound. Hennig slows it down up at the top. A couple of true freshmen split the point guard duties on the floor right now in the absence of the leading scorer for Weber, Blaze 3. Hand off on the left wing. Martinian throws into the post, and Max Ogbonkpolo reaching around, and Ogbonkpolo gets tagged for the foul. Coach Logie starting to run the wick short, speaking to one of the officials. The official just said, I'm refereeing, I can't talk to you while I'm doing that. Now they're having a conversation. 2 free throws coming here for Dyson Kohler. Has missed a little bit of time due to an ankle injury this year. First free throw is good. Just his second point today, he averages 11 a game. Bobcat basketball presented in part by your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food. Order from anywhere and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. Second free throw for Kohler is good. He's got 3 points all from the charity stripe today. Bobcats leading 28-27. 40 seconds to go in the first half. B.J. Colley working out on the right wing. Hands it off for Jay Mullins. Turns down to the mid-post. Picks up the dribble. Throws to the top. Ogbonkpolo into the lane. And a miscommunication. He throws it out of bounds to the police officer in the tunnel on the far side. Weber State will use a timeout and try to dial something up here for one of our final possessions of this first half. The numbers don't look like terrible right now, but this has not been a particularly clean game. Each team with 10 fouls, each team with 7 turnovers. Bobcats +1 on the glass right now. Montana State 39% from the field, 4 of 10 from 3. Weber State 41% from the field, but 2 of 9 from downtown. Cats are also 4 of 8 from the free throw line at the moment. Trying to earn their 45th win in this all-time series. They are 44-90. For Weber State, their most wins against any Big Sky opponent is Montana State. So there should be a bit of a chip on the shoulder here for the Bobcats, despite getting the best of Weber both on Senior Day last year, that big breakout game for John Olmstead, and then the win in the Big Sky tournament. Weber takes it into the front court. Less than a second differential between the shot and game clocks. Weber will set it up. 20 seconds on both. Sadiq Moore has the dribble out of the Cat Head logo at center court. Winding it down, 10 to go in the first half. Moore over to the right wing, 7. Moore to his left, turns the corner, down to the left block, 4. Bad angle shot is good, 2 and then 1, and that is the end of the first half. That was one heck of a shot down to the left baseline from about 10 feet out. He was behind the backboard, but Sadiq Moore, a true freshman, found it and got it to fall through. That was a heck of a shot. All right, Weber State, they lead by 1 as we head to halftime. Let's step aside from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Weber State leading Montana State 29-28 at halftime. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table. But right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild rivalry series between Montana State and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. And, of course, that rivalry renews on Saturday next week. Cats still have Eastern Washington on Monday. Montana hosts Idaho on Monday, and then the two teams meet together in Missoula. Right now they are honoring the 1995 team that won the Big Sky regular season title. They won the tournament title, and they beat Michigan State in the NCAA tournament that year. So honoring a couple of members of that team right now on the floor. Today, Bobcats trailing 29-28 against Weber State. Hit a couple of early threes, and then things really dried up from beyond the arc down the stretch. They're one of their last 7 from the three-point line after they hit their first 3. So struggling a little bit there. Garacki 1 of 4 from downtown. And it hasn't really been that clean. There hasn't been any strong runs, a couple of turnovers. Just hasn't been a great ball game for the Cats, but only down by 1 here at Weber State, where they have typically struggled to win. We'll see if Montana State can get this thing rolling. Tough first half, but only down by 1 as we get ready for the final 20 minutes of play. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get you some more scoring, and later we'll give you some other scores from around the Big Sky and tell you about how things went at the Brick for Coach Binford and the women. Montana State trailing 29-28 against Weber State today. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Bobcats trailing 29-28 against Weber State at halftime. We'll see if the Cats can get things going in the second half. They didn't lead for a majority of that first half. In fact, Weber State only had the lead for 17 seconds, despite the fact that we had 3 lead changes and 6 ties in that first half. It's been tight the whole way so far. Montana State's largest lead has been 5. Weber State's has been 2. Bobcats shoot 39% from the field the first half, 40% from 3, so it's 4 Wendy's 3-pointers and 4 of 8 from the free throw line. For Weber State, 44% from the field, 2 of 9 from downtown, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line. The Bobcats led by Brandon Walker in the first half, 7 points on 3 of 7 shooting and 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 2 assists from Walker. Ogden Polo with 5. Lekalot with 5 points. Bryce Effort, no points, no assists in his first start. Worked 11 minutes in that first half. Tyler Patterson in a little foul trouble, 1 point, 2 rebounds, 3 points for Garacki, 5 for Jed Miller, and 2 for Pat McMahon. On the other side for Weber State, they are missing their top scorer, Blaze 3. Dyson Kohler had 3 points, Vucinic had 2, Alex Chu had 3 points, Tomley had 3, Sadiq Moore, the freshman, had 5 points, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Nigel Burris, 4 points, Trevor Hennig, 4, and Martianen with 5. So that's the full rundown of the scoring. All assists by Montana State, sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Cats 5 assists on 10 field goal makes. If you're a parent, listen up. A shocking number of Montana teens and preteens vape regularly, so please talk to your kids about vaping. It matters. Get everything you need for a great convo at knowthefactsmt.com. We'll take a break, get you some scores after this timeout. Montana State trailing Weber State 29-28 at the half. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Back at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, Bobcats trailing at 29-28 against Weber State at the half. Let's take a look at the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard right now as finals are starting to roll in. Idaho defeats Eastern Washington in Moscow 83-76. We'll see Eastern Washington on Monday. Eastern right now 2-3 in Big Sky play. Montana loses big, holy cow, at Idaho State. Montana had an 8-point lead at the half, and the Grizzlies scored only 18 points in the second half. They got outscored 50-18 after the break. Idaho State won that game 86-62. My goodness, when's the last time Idaho State beat the Treasure State schools on consecutive games? Sacramento State right now down by 1 at Northern Colorado, 63-62 with 30 seconds to go. And Portland State's going to beat Northern Arizona 80-69. So we're getting some wacky scores right now. Montana scored 18 points in the second half. That is a crazy, crazy low number. Man, what a year it's going to be in the Big Sky. You just feel like if the Bobcats can get any traction going, it is wide open for the taking. At the national level right now, Gonzaga leading only by 1 against Santa Clara at the half of 45-44. Auburn survived at Georgia 70-68. They're 17-1 and 5-0 in the SEC. Vanderbilt beats number 6 Tennessee 76-75. Number 7 Marquette suffers their first Big East loss. They lose against Xavier 59-57. Number 10 Houston survived as well. They beat UCF 69-68. They are 6-0 in Big 12 play. And finally, the women, they win it today 75-51. They forced 32 turnovers against Weber State, and they are 6-0 in conference action. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. Bobcats trailing the Wildcats 29-28 at Weber State today. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant's Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant's Whatever It Takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier Turn to the Experts, Ace Roofing, Building Montana Strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Oh, it's all there for the taking. Bobcats trailing 29-28 at Weber State right now as we get set for the second half. Before we do, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly. Happy to be with you today from Ogden, Utah. Bobcats trying to earn just their 11th ever win here in Ogden against Weber State. They trail 29-28 against Weber State as we begin the second half. Wildcats with the basketball. They go from left to right in the home whites today. Weber State only led for 17 seconds in that first half, but they did go to the break with it. Tomley has it up at the top. Throws it over to the left wing for Chu. Into the left corner for Kohler. Throws to the elbow Moore. Here's a two. That jumper's no good. High arcing rebound, and Brandon Walker comes away with it. So the Bobcats get a stop. And Bryce Zephyr now takes it out to the right wing. Thrown up to Lekalot. Up to Ogbong Polo. Then to Zephyr. He's down in the left corner. Gives to Ogbong Polo. Tries a three, and it's good. Max Ogbong Polo knocking down a three, and the Bobcats retake the lead. Ogbong Polo now with 8 points. Moore just inside the half-court line, takes it over to the left wing, down to the left corner. Tomley, he's left open, and that three is good. Miscommunication defensively. Tomley now with 6 points. And then what? Oh, we got an injury here. Tyler Patterson's shoulder. Something got tied up underneath. Patterson's coming off in some pain, flexed out the left shoulder. So he'll get checked out. See if we see him back out there. Bobcats with the ball. They trail by one, 32-31. His teams have trailed a couple of threes, or traded a couple of threes to open the second half. Zephyr into the paint, bounce down to Walker, left block, backing down. Still backing in, spins to the right shoulder, pump fake up with the left hand, and it's good. Boy, it looked like he got contacted again, no call. And Brandon Walker has 9 points. Cats back in front, 33-32. Moore gives it to Chu. Up to the top, down into the post, knocked free. Jay Mullins knocks it away. Brandon Walker comes away with a loose ball. Walker with the dribble. Posting up, and they do call a foul. Walker just baited him. He's been getting bumped, and I think he's been talking to the official, and Vucinic kind of came up and met him. You can't lean in and push a guy like that. That was a wily move by Brandon Walker. That was slick. He knew exactly what he was about to get. That's the third foul on Vucinic, one of their starting big men. Zephyr inbounding, gets it to Ogbong Polo, thought about a three, drives the left baseline, gives it to Walker, into the lane, handoff for Lekalot, back out to the right wing, Walker works his way in, down to the right baseline, on Chu, puts it up through contact, no, rebound, Weber State. That offensive possession just didn't really feel like it knew what it wanted to be when it grew up. 17:45 to go in the game, Montana State up by 1. Wildcats with the ball. Burris triggers a left corner three. That's short. Lekalot the rebound. Montana State moving from right to left. They've got a 1 point advantage. Nobody's had really any control of this game at all. Zephyr gives it to Walker. Back to Zephyr. Throws to Mullins. Works his way down to the right baseline. 10 to shoot. Mullins in a posting situation, kicks it out for Zephyr, 6 to shoot. Zephyr one-on-one, stops, kicks it out. Walker, his three, that's good. That one took some patience. Brandon Walker paying it off. He's got a dozen. Montana State up 36-32, 17 minutes to go in the game. Moore throws it up the top, around to the left wing. Here's Kohler, works his way into the lane. Poke free, and a foul. Ooh, they're going to say that was a shooting foul. I thought he was about to pass it. Call it on Brandon Walker. I really thought he was passing that ball. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it was kind of hard to tell what his intentions were. So Weber State wins that coin flip. First free throw is good for Kohler. Kohler with 4 points today, all at the stripe. He usually averages about 11 a game. Logie with a couple of pointed words into Zephyr's ear, nods his head yes, and heads right back on out there. Kohler knocks it down, 5 points today for Dyson Kohler. Montana State leads 36-34, 16:45 to go in the ball game. Bryce Zephyr has it out of the left wing, turns up to the top, goes to Lekalot, bounce to Walker, takes it to his right, hands off for Ogbong Polo, around the screen, gets the open three, missed it short, rebound Weber State. Kohler takes it from left to right. That was a good look. Kohler setting it up at the top. On the drive down to the right block, and he lost it. Mullins picks up the loose ball ahead. Ogbong Polo, the two-hand flush. Bobcats force the loose ball, and Mullins dishes to Ogbong Polo for the big two-hand slam. Montana State leads by 4, 16 minutes to go in the game. Good to see some fast break offense. Sadiq Moore, the true freshman, fires to Kohler. Right corner three. No good. Lekalot, the rebound, got bumped it out of bounds. Wasn't much, but he lost his balance. I think they probably swallow the whistle if Lekalot doesn't get knocked off his spot. Chu picks up his third foul, so both starting big men with a trio of fouls right now. And that'll take us to a break for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 15 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the ball game. Montana State leading 38-34 over Weber State. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at qdoba.com or in the app.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Is someone you know taking dangerous shots? Opioid addiction can start quietly and take over fast. Know the signs so you can protect your friends and family and connect them to help. Find out how at helpsavelives.mt.com. 15 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the ball game. It's a 38-34 lead for Montana State. Bobcats have knocked down a couple of shots here. Max Ogbong Polo starting to get going a little bit. He's got 10 points. He only had 3 on 1 of 6 shooting on Thursday night, but knocking down some shots tonight as he got moved over to the 3 spot out of the 4 spot in the new look lineup for Montana State. Zephyr to the free throw line. Throws out to Ogbong Polo. Turns into the lane, leans in, runner up, no. Tip back, no. Second try is good. Max Ogbong Polo, 2 offensive rebounds and finally finished. Would not quit. 12 points for Max Ogbong Polo. 15 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the game. Montana State up 6 now, trying to get a little breathing room. Vartianen on the drive. Turns, mid-post jumper is good. That is a silky smooth shot from Vartianen, the second-year sophomore out of Helsinki, Finland. Bobcats up 4. Brandon Walker with the ball to our right. On the wing. Over to Mullins right side. Back up to Walker. Throws into the post. Lekelot makes the catch and lays it in. He got lost. They've got some foul trouble for Weber State with a couple of their big men. And Sam Lekelot stepping into that void left by their two international twin towers. Sadiq Moore throws over to the right wing. Hennig crosses over. Lost his balance. Ball loose on the floor. Bodies diving for it. Saved by Weber State. They went to a fresh shot clock. Hennig around to Burris. Dials up a three, and it's good. Nigel Burris. He's got 7 now. So that 50-50 ball turns into 3 points. Zephyr with it out on the left wing. He triggers a three. That's off the mark. Lekelot the offensive board on the right side. Throws out to Ogbonk Polo. Works his way down to the right baseline. Into Walker. Makes the catch. Got fouled. Laid it in. They're going to call it as it was good. So foul. And they're going to say it was on that rebound before the shot. Boy, that whistle came in late, and his arm got completely grabbed. He was going up for the shot. The only reason he came back down was because he got grabbed on the arm. I think that is very poorly executed here. It absolutely was a shot. He had the ball in his hand. He was going up to take the shot. He got grabbed on the arm, which pulled him back down to the ground. Then he jumped again. Then that's when they called the foul. I think operationally that was incorrectly administered. First free throw is good. Walker's got 13. Brian Garacki, Jed Miller in. Sam Lekelot to the bench, who drew a little bump there, too. That seemed unnecessary from Declan Cutler. So Zephyr and Lekelot to the bench. Cutler could have avoided Lekelot running onto the floor. 13:57 to go in the game. This free throw is up and good. Brandon Walker hits them both. He's got 14 points. Montana State leads it 44-39. Weber State into the front court through the home silence. Moore over to the left wing. His pass knocked out of bounds. Jabe Mullins hopping into the passing lane. $18 seconds on the shot clock as Weber State will inbound to the left sideline. Into Moore. Standing dribble. Throws over to the left wing. Martian in, bounce into the post. Kohler against Miller. Posting up. Spins into a double team. Off balance shot is good. Wow, that was a wild shot. And it still somehow went in. That was a great job by Brandon Walker on the help defense. A prayer was answered. Mullins drives and kicks. Skip past the left corner. Ogbonk Polo, a three. No good. Rebound. Tipped and won by Weber. Wildcats into the front court, down by 3. Hand off Artianen. Up to Kohler. Tipped, recovered, into the right corner. Moore. Puts it on the floor, working on Ogbonk Polo. Goes up the top, and around now to Artianen. Drives from the left wing, going to the rack, and draws the foul. Brandon Walker committing his second foul. Free throws now for the freshman Trevor Hennig, playing in his 19th game this year. Won the state championship in the state of Washington for Mount Zion last year. He was the MVP. Had a triple nickel. 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in that win. First free throw is good for Hennig. Intermountain Health, formerly known as SCL Health in Big Sky Country, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. Tomley back in. Kohler takes a seat. Pat McMahon into the game. Max Ogbonk Polo taking a seat. He's got 12 points today, 7 of those in the second half. Good to see. Brandon Walker leading all scorers with 14. Nobody for Weber State has double figures yet, as his free throw is good for Hennig. He's got 6 points. Cats lead it by 1. It's been a tight one. Both ways, all night. Miller gives to Garacki at the top. He triggers an open 3. No, in and out. And the rebound grabbed by Weber State. Good look. Weber into the front court. Over to the left wing, Vartianen. Gives to Burris at the top. takes it to the left elbow. Handoff Artianen. Working on the left wing, weaves into the paint. Kick out Hennig, topside three. Front iron, no. Tip for the rebound. Won by Weber, and then a foul. Cauley and Garacki were in there. Declan Cutler wins the board. B.J. Cauley awarded the foul. Good fight for it. Foul came in really late. Inbound out to the right wing. Weber State down by 1. Chance to take the lead here. Drive, Hennig to the rim, and a foul. I mean, apparently you just can't contest. Those guys both looked pretty straight up. Gave it to Pat McMahon, his first. It's tough. So if you jump straight up, even if you collide with your man in the air, that's not a foul. Now, it's a foul if you jump into him. First free throw is good. So if you start in one spot and you jump forward into an offensive player, that's a foul. But if you jump straight up and keep your arms up, that is not a foul, regardless of the contact. Next free throw is good. And to me, in my opinion, I saw Pat McMahon jump straight up. He did not drift forward at all. Sometimes you get some anticipation fouls when you see that. Miller drills a three on the left wing. Boy, just kind of lulled the defense to sleep. All of a sudden, they drifted off of him. And Jed Miller daggers a three in. Bobcats retake the lead on the Miller three-pointer, sponsored by Wendy's. Cats up 2. 11:45 to go in the game. Artian in on the right elbow. Shuffles down to the right baseline. Kick out to Burris. Ben over the bounce on the right wing, takes it into the lane, going to the rack, floater up, off the glass, no. Got his own rebound, back up, no. And Garacki has the rebound. Bobcats pushing to the front court. Drop off for Mullins, around to Miller, into the corner. McMahon makes a tipped pass catch, back to Miller. Left wing three, off the back iron, no. Rebound Weber State. Cats unable to add to their 2-point advantage. Burris throws up to the top. Hennig into the lane. Drop off. And Cutler lays it in on the left block. First points for Declan Cutler. 10:57 to go in the game. This one tied 47 all. B.J. Cauley getting the most run he's had in conference action. Hands it off for Miller off a screen. And then an illegal screen on B.J. Cauley. His fourth. He's been called for a couple of illegal screens today. To step aside for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. There's been some frustration for the Cats today, but it's tied. 10:49 to go in the game. Montana State and Weber State tied at 47. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today. Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites is a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics, the Montana State Alumni Association. Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit comeonin.com to book your stay today. Don't forget, we've got our next edition of Cat Chat on Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. over at the Ribbon Chop House. 10:49 to go in the ball game. Neither team's taken any form of control. 8 ties, 8 lead changes in this one. Again, tied 47 apiece. 10:45 left. Weber with the basketball, working offensively to our right. Pass into the post, catch is made, and Hennig lays it in. 49-47 the lead for Weber State. Miller to the left wing. Throws up the top. Garacki thought about a 3, turned it down. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Trade the good shot for a great shot. McMahon now to the free throw line. Throws out to Walker, left baseline. Clearing out some space. Backing in on Cutler. Gets into the paint, spins, goes up, lays it home. What a spin move by Brandon Walker. He had his man on a string and roped him up. Tied 49 all. 10 minutes to go in the game. Both these teams played a lot of tight contests. Cutler throws into the left corner for Burris. Trying to drive the baseline. McMahon cuts him off. Working on the left elbow. Spins. Gets rid of it. Good defense by McMahon. Back to Burris. Reposting on McMahon. Turns. 15-foot jumper. And it's good. Man, that's a tough break. Look, you're willing to give up a 15-foot bad angle shot down to the baseline like that. Took a funny hop and found its way through the net. Miller out to Walker. Bobcats down 2 with the ball. Another tight game. Mullins to the free throw line. Left it short. Fight for the rebound, out of bounds. And it'll be Weber State basketball. Once again, for Montana State, their 4 Big Sky losses have been by a combined 14 points. A pair of 5-point losses, a 1-point loss at home, and a 3-point loss on Thursday. Even the win was only a 5-point win. Garacki off. Ogbong Polo stays on the floor, or comes onto the floor. Montana State finds themselves in another close late game situation. Will they get over the hump? Bryce Zephyrs on the floor now as well, along with Jednoy. Cutler gives it to Burris, and that one a little too much mustard on that hot dog. That thing skipped through his hands with a little too much velo. Bobcats get the ball off the turnover. Zephyr cruises across the half-court line. The Bobcats set it up down by 2 with 9 minutes to go in the game. Out to McMahon at the top. Takes it to the elbow. Spins down to the left block. Goes up. Lays it. Good and 1. Pat McMahon a burst. All right. Chance to give the Cats the lead here. Burris picks up his 3rd foul. That's good to see from Pat McMahon. Asserting himself down in the lane. See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with a patient experience second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. McMahon completes the 3-point play. 52-51, Montana State leading, 8:45 to go in the game. Got to bring your own energy to the Dee Events Center tonight. Hennig up to the top, around to the left wing. Moore, skip pass to the right wing. Hennig into the paint, kick out to the left corner. Moore, his 3. That's short. Cats with a rebound and a bounce. Bobcats get the stop with a 1-point lead. 8:25 to go in the game. Zephyr turns left around a screen, gives to Miller. Picks up the dribble to Walker at the top. Then to McMahon. Works his way down to the left block. Working on Kohler. Posting up. Shoulder to chest. Into the paint. Pump fake. Up block. Walker grabbed the loose ball. 10 to shoot. Up. That is good and 1. He got fouled and blocked. Got it up in the air. And it had some English and spun in. Crowd's not going to like it. Cats will take it. 4th foul on Vucinic. I don't know. That looked like a lot of ball. Cats will take it. Crowd rings some boos. That'll get them going, finally. Brandon Walker with 18 points. He has been steady Eddie lately. This free throw is no good. Oh, Walker having a tough night at the stripe, 3 of 7. Bobcats, though, with a 3-point lead. 8 minutes to go in the game. Chu gives to Hennig at the top. Surveying. Throws into the left corner for Tomley. He tries a three. That's no good. Bobcats have the rebound. Boy, that was a flat-footed possession. Now a chance for a 2-possession lead. Handoff for Miller. Throws over to Pat McMahon on the right wing. Cats getting organized. Handoff for Miller. Back to McMahon. Drives the right baseline. Skip to Ogbonkpolo. He's open. That three is good. Pat McMahon down the baseline to Max Ogbonkpolo, who drains the left corner three. Cats up by 6. Timeout, Weber State. And the Bobcats with just a little bit of juice now. All right, it's getting feisty even between the officials and the coaches now. We got some juice coming from the Bobcat bench. Starting to see a little edge. Let's take a break. 7 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the ball game. Bobcats lead at 57-51 over the Wildcats. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Not only is dairy delicious, but it also promotes health as well. Just 3 servings of dairy a day improves overall wellness and may reduce the risk of developing some chronic diseases. It's a quick, convenient, and economic way to make sure you are staying strong and healthy on and off the field. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. The Bobcats have a 6-point lead, their largest of the day, the largest of either team today. 57-51, MSU leading, 7 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Doesn't look like Tyler Patterson will come back into the ball game after injuring his left shoulder. He's got a big hunk of ice all wrapped up over it. Weber State has the basketball out of the Weber timeout. Alex Chu hands it off. Tomley has it at the top. Moves right to the wing. Guarded by Walker. Picks up the dribble. 6 to shoot. Into the left corner. Kohler for 3. That's short. And a foul. They got Chu or McMahon? On McMahon. Huh. So Pat McMahon picks up his second foul, and that takes us to another timeout. 6:55 to go in the ball game. Montana State is leading 57-51 over Weber State. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, Her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Montana's Ribbon Shop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. It'll be a great night to be a guest over at the Ribbon Shop House Tuesday night, 6:30, for the next episode of Cat Chat with Coach Binford and Coach Logie, as well as some player guests from each team. Weber State inbounds in their own offensive zone, trailing by 6, the largest deficit either team has faced tonight. 57-51 Bobcats. Kohler pumps the 3, works his way into the lane, handoff for Chu. Through his hands and out of bounds. Bobcats get the stop, forcing the turnover. They'll get the ball back. 11th turnover for Weber. Bobcats have 9. Cats shooting 45% from the field, 8 of 19 from 3, all three-point field goal sponsored by Wendy's. McMahon into the lane, going to the rack, up, good off the glass and in. Heck of a take by Pat McMahon, going right at Alex Chu, and that was a great example of what I was talking about earlier. There was a lot of contact, but Chu jumped straight up. That was a correct no call on a foul, despite the contact. Moore throws into the left corner. Tomley steps to his right, drives into the lane, puts up the runner. Rimming, no, and a foul. Going after the rebound. Alex Chu and Pat McMahon were in a duel. And the foul's on Pat McMahon. So Alex Chu will go to the line where he is a 52% shooter. Nigel Burris will check in for him in just a bit. 6:09 left. Bobcats leading 59-51. Northern Colorado won today by 4 against Sac State on the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard as Chu knocks down the front end of the 1-1. Idaho State beat Montana 86-62, outscoring the Grizzlies 50-18 in the second half. So if you're having a bad day out in Bozeman or beyond, free throw is good by Alex Chu. Just look up the box score between Montana and Idaho State, and you will see the Grizzlies getting outscored by the Bengals 50-18 in the second half. A sight for sore eyes. Miller out of the left wing, gives to Ogbong Polo, around to Bryce Zephyr on the right wing. Bounce pass to Pat McMahon. He drives the right baseline, gets into a posting situation on the right block, backing down on Tomley, steps through, leans in, lays it good. Pat McMahon asserting himself. Bobcats up 61-53, starting to grab some momentum. One of the longest runs of the game as well. 5:40 to go. Burris takes it to the left wing, throws up to Vartianen. He tries a topside 3. That's short. Bobcats have the rebound. McMahon might have gotten a piece of it. Pat McMahon starting to show up today in the first game of the year in which he's come off the bench. Brandon Walker gives to Ogbong Polo, who's had a nice night. 5:20 left. Ogbong Polo breaking it down. Kick out to Walker. And a timeout called by Montana State. Cats will use a timeout. Brandon Walker's got 18 tonight. Max Ogbong Polo's got 15. And Patrick McMahon rolling here in the second half. He's got 9 points, with 7 of those coming since the break. Bobcats use a timeout. They'll set it up. 10 assists on 23 makes for the Cats offense. All the assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. So 10 assists, 9 turnovers for the Bobcat offense today. Tyler Patterson injured his left shoulder. He's on the bench with a bunch of ice, so don't imagine we're going to see him here at all in the second half. Chika Naduka, we haven't seen him in the second half. I think that's been more of a matchup situation because Weber State has such size in the front court between Vucinic and Chu, both at 6'11", 250. Although both those guys have gotten in a lot of foul trouble. Bobcat basketball leading 61-53, 5:10 to go in the game. Jed Miller gives to Pat McMahon. Back to Jed Miller. Drives down to the right baseline. Skip to Zephyr. Puts up a left wing three. Bang! Bryce Zephyr from Jed Miller drills a left wing three. Cats have their first double-digit lead of the day. First points for Bryce Zephyr. 64-53, 4:45 to go in the game. Oh, and Pat McMahon just got called for a little touch foul out high. Man, he has had some tough draw, and it will send Weber State to the line. That's the fourth foul on McMahon now, all in the second half. Well, he has just been wrong place, wrong time. Some of these foul calls. Kel Tomley goes to the line. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Cats have 18 fouls. Weber only 5 in the second half. 4:46 to go in the game. Now to a 10-point deficit for Weber. Make it a 9-point deficit as Tomley puts them both in. He's got 8 points. So Pat McMahon playing with the 4 fouls. He's going to stay out there. He's got to grip it or rip it. Cats into the front court. McMahon crossing over. Down to the right block. Pump fake. Puts up the runner. No. Oh, he left it just short. Got to his spot. Separated himself from his man. And he did not finish from a couple feet out on the right baseline. 4:25 to go in the game. This crowd is not behind this home team at all. And what has been a really tight game all night. Vartianen, the free throw line, throws up to Burris. Turns the corner, down to the right block against Ogbong Polo. Bounce pass inside, knocked free, out of bounds. Pat McMahon got in there, almost had the steal. Could not stop the momentum before he got to the baseline, but great play regardless. Inbounds coming. Looking and looking. And a long lob out. Foot race for the loose ball. Jed Miller won it. He's in the backcourt and lays it home. You want some toughness? You got it. Jed Miller wins the foot race for that ball in the backcourt and turns it into 2. 3:55 to go. Montana State leads at 66-55. Here's Moore over to the right wing. Hennig crosses over to the elbow, right side. Doubled, kicks it out. Moore, a 3, and it's good. And a timeout called by Weber State. Sadiq Moore, his first points in the second half. Bobcats, though, grabbing some momentum. They're up 66-58 with 3:39 to go in the ballgame. We're taking a break from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you. Member FDIC. Cheerleaders throwing out some T-shirts to the crowd today. 3:39 to go in the ball game. Montana State leads 66-58. Weber just got a big-time three from Sadiq Moore. Jed Miller, by the way, up to figure points. He's got 10. Montana State, just a few moments ago, had the first double-digit lead of the ball game. They've led by as many as 11. Right now, up by 8 after that last three by Sadiq Moore. Bobcats have the ball. Jed Miller with it. Cats are 9 of 20 from downtown today, 45%. Miller to Zephyr, working on the left wing, steps inside, kick out to McMahon, pumps the three, back to Zephyr to the free throw line. His pass tipped and out of bounds, a miscommunication. Zephyr thought he had Miller on the wing, but Brandon Walker was in between the two of them. And now Brandon Walker will head to the bench as Sam Lekalot checks back on. So about as small a lineup as the Cats will run out there. Lekalot, Ogbonk Polo, McMahon, Miller, and Zephyr, with the bigs for Weber State and a bunch of foul trouble. Out to the right corner, Weber working offensively, and a foul. Miller just kind of hugged him. So second foul on Jed Miller now. 3:06 remaining in the ball game. Montana State leading 66-58 as Hennig goes to the stripe. Hennig's had a nice day. They've had to rely on some of these young guards. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. Sam Lekalot gets the rebound. Ryan Garacki will also check in here momentarily. Miller and Zephyr teaming up with the point guard duties today. Miller on the left wing, backing it out high, picks up the dribble, gives to McMahon, back to Miller left wing, picks up the bounce, no, still has the bounce, gets to the left elbow, 6 to shoot, skip to McMahon right corner, then to Zephyr, 3, Zephyr to McMahon, a right corner 3, got it at the end of the shot clock. Pat McMahon has found himself in Ogden, Utah tonight. Bobcats back up by 11. 12 points for McMahon tonight. 2:20 remaining in the game. Tomley into the left corner. Vartianen steps inside. His jumper, no good. Ogbonk Polo with a rebound. Cats will slow it down a little bit here, up 69-58. Rare game in which they've got a double-digit lead late. Haven't seen many of these. Jed Miller takes it left around the screen, picks up the bounce at the elbow, gives to Lekalot at the top. Handoff for Ogbonk Polo. Lob over to the left wing. Miller, open 3. That's no good. Rebound Weber State. 1:45 remaining. The Cats close this thing down. Up 69-58. Tomley into the lane. Handoff Hennig. His 3. Ooh, that's good. Ice cold. Timeout called by Weber State. Oh, that was a dart. Just what Weber State needed, trying to stay in it, down 69-61. Trevor Hennig, 10-3 of his career, first-year player. Bobcats trying to push this thing over the finish line. Weber State without Blaze Threet, their leading scorer, and both of their big men, Vucinic and Chu, have been in a bunch of foul trouble today. The Bobcats have taken advantage and have a 69-61 lead, looking for their first Big Sky road win, their second road win overall, and their second Big Sky win. Right now sitting at 1-4, Weber at 1-3. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. Also, Bobcat basketball is brought to you by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud sponsor of Montana State Athletics. From your seat at the game to your driver's seat, enjoy every minute. When you're ready for something new, get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. 1:39 remaining in the ball game. This is only the second home game for Weber State in conference play. And in danger of dropping both home games this weekend against Montana and Montana State. Idaho State sweeping the weekend, beating the Cats on Thursday. They're now 3-2 in Big Sky play after beating Montana 86-62 earlier. That's on the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. Full court press. Cats get it into Miller. Weaving in the backcourt. Throws ahead to the right sideline. The Cats break it. Here's Garacki. 1:30 left in the contest. Bobcats up by 8. Got to finish this off. Absolutely have to finish this last 90-second stretch. Garacki down to the right block. Head up. Backs it out some. Double team trap comes. Pivoting. And draws the foul. See where that goes. Sadiq Moore picks up his third. 6th team foul. So now the Bobcats will shoot the rest of the way. Ogbonkpolo heads to the scorer's table. Replaces Brian Garacki. Ogbonkpolo has been very good today. 12 points. 15 points rather. 6 of 11 shooting. Zephyr into Miller. Works the right baseline. Lob out to Lekolot. Then to McMahon. Out high. Bounce to Miller. They're trying to trap. Miller dribbles away and draws the foul. Kohler reaching in. And a 1-and-1 coming. 8-point lead. Jed Miller going to the line. A familiar place. Knocking down clutch free throws. Hard to forget those clutch free throws he hit in the semifinals last year against Sac State in the Big Sky tournament. Trying to help put this thing on ice. Free throw is good. Knocking down the front end of the 1-and-1. 11 points for Jed Miller. One of his more productive games of the year today. 10 points, a pair of assists, a steal, 5 rebounds. Next free throw. That's good. A dozen for Jed Miller. 1:10 remaining in the game. Montana State up by 10. Weber into the front court. Moore takes it to the top. Crosses over, down to the mid-post. Goes up against Lekolot, lays it up. No. And the Cats come away with a rebound and a foul by Weber State. Phenomenal contest again by Sam Lekolot down underneath. And the fans at Dee Events Center, who haven't spent much energy here today, are getting ready to head to some exits. All right. Cats up 10, 58 seconds to go. And you get Jed Miller back to the line, where he's an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Cats have had some struggles at the stripe this season. But Jed Miller is one of the guys you can certainly count on. He's what we want at the line right here, right now. Adding to the lead. Shot is up. Shot is good. 14 points for Jed Miller. 12-point lead for Montana State. 55 seconds to go in the game. Tom Lee into the front court. Lays it up, good, and one. Ogbonkpolo with the foul underneath. That is not what you wanted to do. Just let him lay it in. Jay Mullins will check back in. Tom Lee now with 10. Look, this is a shorthanded Weber State team. They are down this year compared to previous seasons. So you're not going to get too high, but heck, this is a rivalry. These are two of the charter members of the Big Sky from the mid-'60s, early 60s. And for Montana State, this will be just their 11th win ever here, as long as they hang on. Tom Lee knocks down the free throw. So he completes the three-point play. Inbounded to Miller. They're trying to foul him. He runs away from everybody. Takes it out to the right sideline. Throws ahead to Jay Mullins. He's plenty good at the free throw line. Back to Miller. And then they finally foul. Hey, happy to have the ball in the hands of Miller or Mullins right now. Ogbonkpolo will check back in. And Jed Miller heading back to the line. So 73-64, 42 seconds to go in the game. It's been a better shooting night than it's felt like for Montana State. 48% from the field, only 12 turnovers. It's just been kind of a dry atmosphere. Weird vibes at times, but Cats on the cusp of getting this thing done. Miller knocking down the front end again. Clutch as they come. You love to see it for a kid who's paid his dues, paid his time. Third-year junior, didn't play a ton his freshman year, almost at all. In and out last year. And knocking it down. Montana State's been searching for some consistency at the point guard position. Miller and Zephyr starting to provide it as Tomley jacks up a three. That's no good. Rebound tipped by Zephyr. Still loose. Burris wins it. 30 seconds left. Bobcats up 11. Down to Moore. Back cut is good on the layup. Cats inbound. And the foul. Shot clock dark. 25 seconds left as Weber continues to try to extend this game. 7 o'clock on Monday night. Bobcats back to work. They've got Eastern Washington coming out to the brick on Monday night. Then they are off until Saturday. Miller got it to go. Shares a wry smile. He's 9 for 9 at the free throw line now. 17 points. And a bunch of these free throws have been on 1-and-1s. This one was not. The others were. That's good. Jed Miller 10 for 10 from the stripe to help put the dagger in this thing. Here's the drive. Tom Lee draws a foul on Max Ogbongpolo on the floor. Ogbongpolo looks befuddled. Montana State all-time 44-90 in 135 meetings with this Weber State program. Now, one of those wins by Weber State was vacated back in the mid-90s. Tomley's free throw is good. 77-67, Bobcats leading. 20 seconds left. Good game by Ogbongpolo today. 15 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 3 threes, sponsored by Wendy's. Free throw's good. 6 rebounds as well. Brandon Walker, 18.7 rebounds in 27 minutes. Minutes really spread around today. Ogbongpolo played the most with 29 minutes today. Walker with 27. Zephyr with 26. Miller and Mullins, 24 minutes. I hope Tyler Patterson's okay, icing down that left shoulder right now. Bobcats get into the front court, draw another foul. This time it's Bryce Zephyr going to the line. So Jed Miller, 10 of 10 from the free throw line. It's got to be one of the top free throw shooting performances without missing a free throw in program history. Also looks like the Commanders are going to beat the Lions today at 45-28. 7:30 to go in that game on the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. First free throw is good. And boy, for all the talk about how great the NFC North was, 0 for 3 in the playoffs. You can make it 0 for 4 if you want, if you just count the Bears' excruciating season. That was just an 0 for kind of year. Zephyr missed the free throw. Rebound grab by Weber State. 10 seconds left. Bobcats going to close this out. Topside jack up 3, banked home. Martin puts it in, and then Jed Miller draws another foul with 5 seconds left. Cats up 78-72. Jed Miller heading back to the line, where he is 10 for 10 today. Montana State 16 of 22 from the free throw line, and 10 of them have come from Jed Miller, mostly at the end of this thing. Miller puts it up, puts it in. What a sweet sight. Just banging home all these late free throws. Pat McMahon was dynamite down the stretch tonight, 3 of his last 4 from the field. Free throw is good. 80-72, Montana State, 5 seconds left. Weber Has it stolen. Jed Miller with the icing on the cake. Miller, all the big shots at the free throw line down the stretch, and he with the clinching steal. Kudos to Jed Miller. The Bobcats win it 80-72. They changed the lineup, switched the rotation a bit, and the Bobcats get it done, winning 80-72 over Weber State. All right, we'll take a break. Bobcats get the victory. They go to 7-12, 2-4 in Big Sky play. They've won 2 of their last 3. The Wildcats fall to 7-12, 1-4 in Big Sky play. Any win in Ogden is a win to be cherished. The 11th win in program history here against Weber State. Cats are 11-56 all-time in Ogden. We'll take a break. Heading into the post-game show, Bobcats win it 80-72. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Intermountain Health, we believe life is a circle. May yours surround you with insight, a healthy perspective, trust, and reassurance. The belief that our differences aren't that different, and compassion just when you need it most. Life is a circle. May yours help you live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Hi, I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, this is Bobcat Postgame.
Welcome to the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. It is a victorious postgame show for Montana State as they defeat Weber State today, 80-71. Actually, it's 72 on the board. It was 71. So the Bobcats win it 80-71. The postgame show is brought to you by the Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. All right, before we get too deep into this one, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State Basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman. 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
Keaton Gillogly with you. Happy to be with you today as the Bobcats get the win, 80-71. They're 2-4 in Big Sky play. They're 2-10 on the road. This is their first road win since that victory against Omaha on December 4th. So big one for the Cats. Changed the starting lineup, got some things going. Nice performances by Brandon Walker. How about Jed Miller? 20 spot, 12 of 12 from the free throw line today. 15 points from Ogbonk Polo and 12 from Pat McMahon. All right, we'll take a break on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Plenty to get to, but first a timeout as the Cats win it 80-71. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy Loaded Tortilla Soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
Back of the Ribbon Chop House post-game show. Montana State wins it 80-71 against Weber State. Game 2 of this three-game stretch. Locally joined now by head coach Matt Logie. Coach, congratulations on the win, and congratulations to you. That was win number 300 in your career. What's that number mean to you?
It means I'm getting old, number one, and it means I've been blessed with tremendous opportunities at a young age. Whitworth hired me at 30 years old and had a great 8-year run there at Point Loma. Gave me a great opportunity, surrounded by great people. But really, I want to thank my family, my wife, my kids, my parents. This is a lifestyle type of job.
Yeah, it is.
And it starts there. And then just the amount of assistant coaches and players that have poured into this. I mean, this is not about me in any respect. It just means I've been doing it a while. And I'm happy for these kids, man. These guys have been through a lot, and they've stayed together.
Well, let's talk about these kids who have stayed together. The lineup change, moved the rotation around a little bit today. How did you feel that kind of played a role in the win today?
Well, it was good. I think it more than anything, the best thing that came out of it was the confirmation of our team's attitude and togetherness, because they really don't. They really don't care who starts. We're trying to find how the puzzle fits the best, and I thought we saw a really good version of Pat McMahon in the second half. That was terrific. We were able to go to him down the stretch. Brandon Walker has continued to make really good decisions with the basketball. He's growing every game. Max Ogbompolo has been growing, and so despite the fact that we haven't had results lately, we've seen growth, and the results have been frustrating for sure. But this was a step that we thought could maybe give us a spark. And how about Jed Miller closing the deal with 12 free throws down the stretch? But I thought everybody stepped up and made good plays today.
Yeah, really cool to see a guy like Jed Miller, 20 points, 12 of 12 from the free throw line, a kid who has waited his time, has been through the coaching change, wasn't getting a ton of playing time his first 2 years, and now here he's in a spot. What gave you confidence that he was a guy who could really grab control of some of the point guard duties for you?
Well, he's earned it. He's the epitome of attitude. You know, when he wasn't playing and getting DMPs, he had a great attitude. He supported his teammates. He learned. He's a very bright kid in terms of his basketball knowledge. He's very self-aware, and he works at it. And you know, he's so easy to root for. When the success in practice started to come, you know, you saw it every day. Is you know. Assist to turnover ratios always 3-1. He understands what we're trying to accomplish. He makes people around him better, and so I'm really happy for him.
No doubt. I think everybody's happy for him and for you and the squad as a whole as Montana State gets the victory, 80-71. Coach, appreciate the time, and we'll talk again on Monday.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, Bobcats win it. That's head coach Matt Logie. We're taking a break on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State wins 80-71. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar